Friends, 1145 days of war between Russia and Ukraine, and same time the tariff public trade war is reaching to a tipping point or a boiling point, especially between USA and China. As far as war zone is concerned, Russians are putting their forces, especially in Zaporizhia Oblast, in Orikho as well as Velika Novosilka sectors, and which is merging with Kurakho sector towards Bogatyr, while it also merging in further east and northeast direction towards Pokrovsk, which to the west side with Dnepropetrovsk, and in northern side with Toretsk sector, and from where the Russians are trying to have full control in Chasiv Yar, and from these two last sectors they will definitely try and move towards Constantinople. As far as Siversk and adjacent Serebryansky forest is concerned, no changes. In northeast, Russians are trying to gain almost all the areas starting from Lyman up to Kupian sector in east of Zerevets and Oskil river. Their bridgeheads are swelling in western part of these two rivers. Coming to north of Kharkov, that is in Volchansk and Lipsy sectors, there have been no changes, though it seems that Russians are planning to restart their offensive operations. Now in Kursk, Sumy and Belgorod oblasts, Russians have by and large, as you know, have taken over except in some southern tips of Kursk, and they are also advancing westward in Sumy, though there does not seem to be any intention of frontal large-scale offensive in this direction. Belgorod fight is on, where Ukrainians are trying their best to continue their positions in Popovka and other districts. Interdiction missions continuing quite heavily from both the sides. Russians seems to have hit some locations where some military presentation was going on in Sumy, where many civilians have also perished. As far as Middle East is concerned, the massacre or genocide of Palestinians continuing in Gaza sector, the so-called full statehood of Palestine, including West Bank and East Jerusalem as its capital, is nowhere in sight. In Sudan, the official Sudanese armed forces are regaining their lost positions, and there have been elections in few other states about which we'll talk later, but outcome is nothing to be very encouraging. It happening as in the rest of the world, even if the opposition leader, anti-American regime wins, like what we saw in Brazil. European Union, despite its claim that it is getting independence or freedom from US hegemony and taking its own direct futuristic course of action, especially in Ukraine with the help of UK or European 3 countries, that includes other 2 countries, Germany and France. They remain vassal countries. And for today, that's all, friends. If possible, do comment. Thank you.